Wow, this is a brilliant question. How to best organize your exec's emails as an executive assistant? Let's talk about this. One thing you need to remember in this situation is this. Someone else's common sense is not your common sense. You are two different people. So organizing someone else's inbox, no matter how much you prefer things done, the way you like them, it's their inbox. If you don't want to spend the rest of your life in that inbox, but you want your executive to actually own at least part of it, and you should be encouraging them to actually be an adult and manage their own inbox, you should figure out the way they think, the way they work, and you should also know that by now, being an assistant, you should know their priorities. So if your executive is a member of the executive committee of some sort, if they run a certain number of projects for this particular year, if they have a number of key deliverables which are linked to their KPIs, if they have a number of certain stakeholders who feed into them information, like, for example, your executive may have for their department their own HR business partner who manages the HR aspects, or they have a finance business partner who feeds, again, information and reporting into them. You should map out all those key elements of your executive's life, split them into groups, and discuss with your executive whether the inbox, which receives all the information from those key areas, can be structured that way. I would map the inbox based on the work streams, on the key stakeholders, on the key areas and the KPIs, and there are always some folders which I normally mark with the letter Z, like Z miscellaneous, so they come to the very bottom of the hierarchy. For some random stuff like sales, emails, conferences, invites, basically random shit which no one reads, but sometimes you need to refer to. It's important to really make it around their logic, their common sense, how they read their day. When they open their inbox, what they look for. First of all, are they normally starting their day with reading the finance feeds, any finance reports that may come overnight? Or they open their inbox and they prefer to ease into their day by reading something minor and just kind of building up momentum as they go. So it all depends on individual preference. So your job as an assistant is not just create beautiful folders, but think the way your executive thinks. Think in their workflow, even if it's counterintuitive to you. And there will be cases when it's completely counterintuitive, but it works for your executive. That makes them more independent. It makes them not lose stuff, which means they don't ask you to find stuff, which means that saves your time. So even if the inbox, the way you restructure it around their logic, looks cringy to you, if that works for them, that saves you time. It saves you time, that saves you energy, and that saves you nerves. So I hope that helps. Follow me for more.